Alright then folks, what is up and how are you doing? And how is your night so far? Mr. Adventure here, and welcome back into another reaction video at your service. Okay, so it may not be much, but I guess it's that I needed to bring it back like old times, and it's time for a death battle, etc., etc. Okay, I'm sorry. I just couldn't help myself. But Wiz and Boomstick are back, taking of their holiday break, and since that the new year is already just begun to start, so I think that they just took a really good break, and now it's time to commence of the battlefield, and this is going to be a good one. So it's Kratos from God of War, which he doesn't need of an introduction, and his opponent, and oh my god, Asura from Asura's Wrath. Now, this is something that never gets that kind of attention before until now that is, and this is my all-time favorite action game that I used to own, and which that was on the PlayStation 3, and I just wish that Capcom should have just remastered of the game and bring it into the PS5. That's one thing that's never been done or ever got to accomplish. But I used to love this game so damn much, and now that the first time that he's gonna face with this destroyer of all gods, so this is gonna be a very interesting, and that. If there's one thing I know about these two characters, that they got a lot of anger, and they definitely wanted to let the steam out of their chest, and I think that this is going to be of a perfect spot that they're going to be unleashing. So let's make it happen, and that place your bets to see which of the two that you're willing to see who's going to survive out of this fight, either Kratos or Asura. So let's take a look at this new episode and let's begin. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to have your notifications turned on for every new video that's going to be posted on this channel, courtesy from yours truly, your friendly neighborhood reactor man, the soul of a Japanese brother man, the king of metal / shade metal reactor is what I do. It may not be as 100% perfect, but it is the best effort that I can do for every single one of you out there, because this is what I love to do. So let's begin and let's get cracking, but more importantly, time to react. And here we go.
Kratos versus Asura.
The Ghost of Sparta versus the Wrathful Destructor. Cause sometimes you just want to punch a god in the face. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death
battle.
In the beginning, the Primordials waged war across existence, a series of cosmic clashes that birthed the universe.
Boom! Now that's what I call a big bang!
From Ceto's death, the oceans would flow. From Uranus's strikes, the stars were spawned, and so forth. Thus, the world itself was born from violence.
Starting a whole messy cycle, Uranus was overthrown by his Titan son, Kronos, who was overthrown by his Olympian son, Zeus, who battled his own son, Kratos.
As a classic bastard child of Zeus, Kratos was left among Spartan mortals,
so
far
he's
exceeding
part
all
god,
among him.
part
He became
mortal.
a fierce warrior, winning many a battle, until finally cornered by ruthless barbarians.
Ares, destroy these guys who are kicking my ass,
Really?
and my life is yours. A deal was made, and
Yeah,
Kratos
but
was
that
joined
did
at the
happen in
bone
the
with the
first game.
Blades of Chaos, a set of chain swords, and basically a badass whirlwind of flame and steel.
But Ares had a scheme. While doing work for his god, Kratos accidentally murdered his own family, permanently marked by the ashes of his wife and daughter. He was, forevermore, the Ghost of Sparta.
So, he was kinda understandably really pissed off. Time for a new god of war. The gods were crapping their togas in fear as the new god of war took out his rage on all of them. and got some new gear out of it too.
With Poseidon's trident and Icarus's wings, Kratos dominated both sea and sky.
He got a
also has
whole
a tendency
lot
to
of
carry
arsenal.
powerful severed heads, like Medusa's.
And the claws of Hades could steal souls, even the soul of Hades himself. Should have thought that one through, man.
Neither Perseus or Hercules were a match for Kratos, nor was Helios, the sun god capable of moving stars and spreading light across the entire underworld.
He fought Atlas, the Titan of Strength, who broke the load-bearing pillar of the universe. So Kratos forced him to hold up the cosmos on his own instead.
And he could do it with just one hand, according to the novelization.
Even his grandpappy Kronos failed to stop him. You know, the guy who overthrew the primordial that punched the universe into existence?
Causing shockwaves that moved over a quadrillion times faster than light, a frankly incomprehensible feat.
Then there's Daddy Zeus.
Who proved a serious challenge, until Kratos drew perhaps his ultimate weapon, the Blade of Olympus.
It can make tornadoes, lightning, force fields. Oh, and it can stab the hell out of you. It
Yeah,
siphons
we know,
godly
we know,
energy
we know.
and can pull enough to even kill Zeus. Like father, like son.
Even while Kratos ultimately released hope across the Greek world, he could only do so after annihilating everything.
Like a badass, he was unstoppable.
That
Non-stop
instantly,
killing and
that's
sex
what
and even
ended
more
God of
killing.
War 3.
And yet, he couldn't be any more depressed.
His wife and daughter were still gone. What was he to do?
He didn't know. He wandered aimlessly for years, somehow stumbling into Norse mythology where he met Faye, his second wife. Good start, buddy.
Kratos had a new lease on life, but he could not escape his past mistakes.
There's a reason he hid his swords in a dingy basement. Even so, Faye insisted he could do better. So he became a dad to a new boy.
Easily the toughest task he ever undertook, especially after Faye unfortunately died of a mysterious illness.
Damn it, not again! But hey, it wasn't Kratos' fault this time, and Faye left the tools he'd need to keep the boy safe, including the Leviathan axe.
Boy.
Far from the whirling rage
Boy.
of the Blades of Chaos, the Leviathan axe was deliberate and mighty, rival Mjolnir itself.
Thor wishes Mjolnir was as cool as this axe.
I mean,
It's imbued with ice magic and a poison even the gods fear. It can be summoned to Kratos' hand from a distance, and it even shatters souls.
Kratos may have once been a sword of vengeance, but with his new weapons and a new purpose, he stood as a shield against the godly Asir.
Too bad he just can't help but get in trouble with gods. But now
Right.
he knew how to control his anger.
Which is even more important than it sounds. Kratos' Spartan rage summons an inner strength with magical properties.
He can even get so pissed off that he straight up heals himself. That seems like the opposite of what should happen.
Not all
No, I
anger is
did not know about
problematic, and Kratos wields plenty of new weapons and relics to channel his rage through.
Like the Dropnir ring, which can summon a bunch of wind spears. They can absorb all types of energy and blast it back. He even has relics and magic that can warp space and slow down time.
Naturally, he contested with the strongest of the Norse gods, including the god of thunder Thor, who was powerful enough to fight the fire giant Surtur and the world serpent Jormungandr at the same time.
Oh, and that fire giant would be the cause of actual Ragnarok. You can't defeat me, Thor. I know, but he can.
Well, not exactly. Freyr, the rain god, held off Ragnarok for a considerable time on his own, and the sheer power of Ragnarok shook Yggdrasil down to its very roots.
That's the world tree, which is like a literal tree that connects the whole universe.
According to Freya, the tree's very existence supports all of creation among its boughs. Every
the
strand,
nine realms.
transcending time, transcending space. Everything comes back to the tree.
So it's kind of like Kratos lives in a really, really, really big treehouse.
In his quest to free the Norse world,
Well.
Kratos reclaimed old weapons by reckoning with his past sins, even taking up the Blade of Olympus once again.
Even better, he actually got to be a decent dad. And now the boy is a man and also a bear.
Kratos made a lifetime of mistakes, but this
Boy.
future would be different. He'd be more than he was in the past. Not just a god of war, but a leader, a father, and a defender. A god of hope. Long ago,
Oh,
a
here we
demigod
go.
fell from the heavens, only to rise from the depths of Naraka after 12,000 years.
That's another word for hell.
After 12,000 years, he's free.
Oh,
to
hell
punch
no.
everything dumb enough to get in his way. He was the demigod of wrath, Asura.
Alongside 7 other demigod generals, Asura served as defender of humanity against the impure Goma, dark spirit monsters infesting the world.
And the demigods battled the Goma by wielding a mystic energy formed from human prayer, mantra.
By advancing technology with mantra, the Guardian Generals became essentially hyper-powerful mystic cyborgs. They could each harness
Yeah,
mantra through a
that's what
different
basically-
emotional
that's what it
affinity.
is.
For August, it was greed. For Yasha, it was melancholy.
I'll give you one chance to guess what Asura's is.
By tapping into his wrath, Asura can take many forms for battle, like the 6-armed Vajra, a state powerful enough to subdue the embodiment of the planet's will and the source of the Goma, Vlitra.
But he wasn't angry enough to put Goma Vlitra down for good. At least not yet. Of course, since he's literally powered by wrath, no enemy of Asura's would be stupid enough to do something that would make him even more mad, right? Right?
Funny you should say that.
God damn it.
First off, Asura is not some one-dimensional anger machine. In myth, the Asuras were powerful and aggressive beings, sure, but not inherently evil, just like Asura himself. He's a warrior, but also a husband with a daughter, Mithra,
And Mithra has the unique power to supercharge mantra energy.
which gave Asura's prideful commander, Deus, an idea. If he could weaponize Mithra, literally wiring her up to a super weapon, the Guardian Generals could maybe finally end Goma Vlitra for good.
Well, obviously, Asura wasn't gonna go along with that. So Deus framed Asura for killing the Emperor, murdered his wife, kidnapped Mithra, and then just straight up killed him. What a dick.
But true
Pretty
to his
much.
nature, Asura was literally too angry to die. So
Yep.
long as a single part of his body remains and can possess mantra, he can climb back out of Naraka, a sort of limbo underworld between life and death. Thanks to some coaxing
Why
from a
am I
strange
hearing
golden
of
spider,
Gunther's
he did
theme?
just that, with an all-new purpose in mind.
Make the gods pay! Oh
The-
yeah,
the pack
they're
of
calling themselves
vengeance.
gods now. Turns out they're all assholes who started sacrificing thousands of innocent people to try to power up. So Asura got really, really, really pissed off.
Really
And through
bad.
his rage, Asura's power exploded, rising enough to throw giants like ragdolls, shatter whole moons, and destroy a fellow deity, Wizen.
Who could dwarf the planet and
That
wreck it with
that
just
I
a
do
finger.
remember that this was
Look
the
at
best part of
this.
that game.
Asura is so powerful, his soul cannot be manipulated by the Goma or the deities. He can propel himself with mantra to fly, harden his fists to break steel, fire explosive energy blasts.
And headbutt you so hard you wish you could die even faster. The dude literally stockpiles anger into a burst of energy that can one-shot even the toughest of foes. And when he goes unlimited mode, he can rapid-fire those super attacks without overheating.
Asura's vengeance quest wasn't all shouting and explosions, though. I mean, it was a lot of that.
Yeah,
but he also
it
tried to
was.
protect people from the gods, including a girl who very much reminded him of his own daughter.
Yeah, Asura's the kind of guy who wants to be a great dad, but all he knows how to do is punch anything that upsets his kid. Like that one dad that knocks out a ref at a Little League game.
And then the gods killed that girl too, along with her whole village, sparking Asura to unleash his berserker aura.
You know how the gods were sacrificing thousands of people to power up? Well, Asura got so freaking angry, he built up enough mantra to match them, even though they've been building up energy for thousands of years. Seriously, guys, you're pissing off the guy who literally gets more powerful the angrier he gets. What did you think was gonna happen?
Yet
I
even
mean,
in
seriously, yeah. I
berserker
mean,
mode,
what
Asura
do they
never
really think
lost
was going to
total
happen?
Control.
Berserker Asura adds even more extra arms, and they're big and glowy now. The man can launch so much angry mantra, he wiped out the god's whole space fleet in seconds.
Asura's anger raised to levels so high even he couldn't contain it, scorching him into his wrath form.
Even though it hurts Asura while he's in it, this form is still perfect for absolutely shit-stomping a snobby demigod's face in. It's okay though, his brother-in-law punched the edge out of him.
Yasha saw the error of the deity's senseless sacrifices and teamed up with Asura for a coup against Deus.
Awesome, they're bros again! Just in time for Asura to hit his former boss with so much mantra that he burst. then dive into the planet's core to obtain power equal to 1,000 arms.
That
His
was
mantra
so
form,
epic
finally,
when I
a
did that.
power capable of killing Vlitra
I
in a
miss this
big
game so much.
planet-busting blast.
Deus was defeated, and Gaia was saved. Yet, Asura's wrath hadn't been quelled.
Title drop.
It turns
Yeah.
out that spider that guided him was actually Chakravartin, the creator of Mantra and the entire universe.
Everyone's suffering was part of his plan to make Asura his heir. Chakra kidnapped Mithra, because of course he did, and tested Asura in the form of a massive golden Buddha statue. Check out the size of it! That thing can literally hold a galaxy in its palm. Naturally, Asura and the statue threw hands.
Enter the Mantra reactor. Capable of holding 7 trillion souls, Asura instead used it as a vessel for a far greater power.
His own unfiltered rage. At last, Asura could show the world his real colors.
Everyone from the humans to the 7 deities to Chakravartin saw Asura's anger as a weapon, a sword for tyranny, when that was never who he was. His rage was really a shield to protect humanity, and most of all, his daughter.
A shield larger than a planet! Unbound by his past limits, Asura's ultimate destructor form effortlessly punched through asteroids larger than nebulas, dodged planet-sized lasers moving 2 quadrillion times faster than light, and obliterated
That
whole
I
stars.
never know, but
Chakravartin
holy
was
crap, that was
understandably
amazing.
impressed and offered Asura a chance to take his place. Asura smiled at the offer and extended his arm.
Right into Chakra's
Right
face,
into-
as if he
right
was gonna
into
let
death.
some god trample over more worlds.
That's his
Instead,
way of saying,
he literally
hell
beat
no.
the QTs
Because
out
if
of
you
God,
kidnap my
obliterating
daughter,
him and
that's
his plans in a
absolutely
cosmic
no.
explosion.
But with Chakravartin dead, so was the concept of Mantra itself. Those who depended on it could not survive, including Asura.
Hey, as long as Mithra was fine, it was worth it. Besides, he'll reincarnate millions of years later,
was-
still
that
kicking
was
ass,
Asura's
ready to smack a
sacrifice.
random thug, a meteor, or Ryu, right in the balls.
Yeah,
It's
that
interesting.
did happen.
Despite the
That
dangers
did
of
happen. There was
uncontrolled
a
anger,
there was a special
Asura's
episode.
wrath gave him the power to save everything, all because of just one thing.
Some bastard made his daughter cry, so they had to pay. Now that's a god I can get behind.
Hell yeah.
All possibilities.
It's
Time
time
for
for
a
a death battle!
battle. Please let it be Asura, please. Really? Mithra? Ah, there he is.
It's true then. The god of war is on Gaia. But not for long. You do not want this fight.
I don't think he has a choice. And neither do you. Oh, damn! And the music, it makes it so essential to just to feel to it. Oh, here we go, baby! Okay, that's cool.
You let your wrath consume you. I have been down that road before. Shut up! Very well.
Here we go. Here's the Blades of Chaos. Holy crap! Oh god, in the rat form, oh my god. There we go.
This is not my end!
Asura, the destructor. Holy hell. Ooh, this is gonna be an interesting test. Is it? Oh, come on! He's doing the same thing as Asura! Oh, okay, I see where this is going with this.
Has not earned me yet, Titan!
Oh, he calls him a Titan. Damn! Oh my
You
god!
deserve a worthy end! You are a monster no longer. I never was.
What? Oh my... Damn! Damn!
Well, I guess Asura's wrath really is gone. But are we sure this is how it'd go? Even though Asura can blow up stars?
Also
Yeah!
had some amazing displays of apocalyptic destruction, but the full scope of their speed, experience, versatility, and power sheds a surprising light.
At first glance, speed seems like a shoo-in for Asura. Kratos is quick, but he never dodged a universe-crossing laser.
That doesn't mean he couldn't. Remember, as usual, we look at these characters at their peak, free from gameplay restrictions.
Yeah,
Right.
we're looking at everything in canon, and Kratos fought and killed Helios, the sun god.
From the moment he's introduced, Helios is emphasized to be immensely powerful. Without Helios, darkness would shroud everything.
Oh,
His light
yeah.
was fast enough to illuminate the
That's
entire
right.
underworld while Kratos sailed through it, taking a few hours at most.
So, kinda hard to quantify, but that's consistent with the shockwaves the primordials caused that spawned the universe.
Arguments could be made for which is faster, the primordial shockwaves or Chakravartin's intergalactic lasers. Since it's so close, it's safest to assume their speeds are generally even.
But what does speed matter if you don't know how to use it? Let's cover experience. Asura lived across centuries, obviously a lot longer than Kratos.
And while Kratos eventually learned to control his rage, Asura pretty much always had that control.
So Asura easily takes experience. But when it comes to versatility, he couldn't match all the weapons and abilities Kratos had.
Sure, Asura's quite skilled and a monster at martial arts, but his fighting style mostly relies on one thing.
A whole lot of punching.
Kratos' weapons, magic, runes, relics, and even his rage gave him far more options in combat, slowing down time, healing injuries, and most importantly, multiple weapons that could drain a variety of energies, like mantra.
Yeah, when Asura
Okay,
loses all his
okay.
mantra energy,
Okay.
that's it for him. So the Dropnir spears and the Blade of Olympus gave Kratos exactly what he needed. Versatility. And multiple ways to finish this for good before Asura just comes crawling back out of the underworld.
If he could. Asura's resurrections take years or whole centuries, days at best.
But all this assumes Kratos could match Asura's crazy strength. All roads lead to power, which should go to Asura, right? Look at what he can do! If this came down to who made the bigger kaboom, he'd kick Kratos' ass in 2 seconds.
But a closer examination of their feats reveals the truth.
At his peak, Asura overpowered Chakravartin, annihilating that cosmic golden god.
By measuring the dimensions of Chakravartin's body and scaling it up to match the size of this galaxy-eclipsing statue, we can determine its volume. Add in the density of gold, for good measure assuming the form is solid throughout, and its mass far exceeds not just our galaxy, but our entire observable universe.
Destroying that big golden god would need energy on par with obliterating our universe 91,000 times.
Extremely impressive and unfathomable. However, the same idea applies to Ragnarok shaking the roots of Yggdrasil.
Ragnarok is obviously a bit of a different beast than Kratos, but what really matters is what Freyr did.
Right, Freyr, a god comparable to Kratos, held back Ragnarok's power for a significant time.
So Kratos should be capable of the same level of power, or even more.
Using an official map and knowing the world tree's branches encompass all of existence, we can measure its size and volume.
And we know this map is accurate because it shows these two realms conjoined, which we see in-game.
Even if we assume the Tree of the Realms is only 1% solid, a significant lowball that Kratos should easily scale above, shaking such an incomprehensibly large structure would require enough force to destroy our universe's mass energy 9 million times over.
That's
Holy
almost
shit.
100 times greater than Chakravartin's destruction. And this isn't some one-off outlier. I mean, a realm-shattering supergiant doesn't sound too different from the other Titans and Olympians Kratos defeated.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's easy to think that we never see Kratos do anything that matches Asura, but we do. Helios' speed matches Chakravartin, and Kratos outsped him. Atlas is strong enough to lift all of reality, and Kratos overpowered him. Kronos defeated the creator of the universe in a one-on-one fight, same as Asura, and Kratos killed Kronos. Add in the clear numerical comparison of Chakravartin, Ragnarok, and Yggdrasil, and Kratos takes the edge in power.
But hey, Capcom, if you give us Asura's Wrath too, we'll try this again.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Asura's the sun rises. The god of wrath was Kratos.
Oh,
The winner
stop,
is
stop.
Kratos.
Damn.
But what if?
The alternate ending, really? Okay, yeah. All the interactions. I could tell that they really like in this game when it comes to those. Okay, that is a very thoughtful of an ultimate.
And that concludes my pitch for Asura's Wrath 2. The end. Next time on Death Battle.
Oh, wait a minute. Yo! Oh,
Subscribe
shit.
and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Oh, man. That sucks. I was really hoping that the Asura was going to survive and win this fight. But I guess is that the only big difference is that Kratos is the only one who can actually, you know, to control all his anger and to channel it all. And with the magic ruins, yeah, I could see how he could easily beat Asura even from the rat form to the Vultra form, and yet still it was not enough to face that could bring down Kratos, even if he could. But that is unfortunate. I guess that my luck is not on my side. So, but it was at least it was worth it, to give it a root to your boy, who all he does is just gets a lot of anger if you make his daughter cry. That's the bottom line. So, and yes, the fact that he can absorb and obliterate any kind of magic, and that includes of mantra. So. Now, yeah, I do recall that the Wiz did mention this, so I just didn't think it was going to be that possible that he could be capable that could destroy Asura like that. But at first I thought that he just survived when he fell, and I thought that he was going to come right back. But nope, in the end. It was the fact that Kratos is the definition of the ultimate badass when it comes to dealing with or slaying gods and titans all together. So yeah, I think it's best that I should, come back and start playing more of God of War games, including that Ragnarok, which is free on PlayStation Plus. So that is cool. Well, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. So I guess my question is for you is that what did you think of that fight? Should there be like a different alternative ways of the fight, or did you guys accept it of the alternate ending there? So let me know on the comments, and don't forget to leave a likes, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. So enjoy the rest of the evening, but for old time's sake, have a good night. Have a good morning, and most of all, be blessed. Arigato goisamashita, do itashi machite. Same mighty time, same mighty channel. But take care and have a wonderful day and a beautiful night. Matane.